Quick reminder, guys, I just posted a brand new video on my second channel, Escaping a Diamond Minecraft Prison. If you want to check it out, there will be a link down below in the description. But hopping into it with today's video, we have got a bunch of brand new bosses to talk about that are from the Spider-Man universe, and of course, one of which is Spider-Man himself. Now, guys, if you are hoping for next week off of school, we just had winter break, so like having another week off would be amazing. Leave a like on the video, but be fast. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about 3 brand new bosses, as well as a bunch of other fun stuff, such as a brand new glitch to launch a car across the map, as well as something with the Spider-Man mythics. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe. It only takes a second, and make sure you are using my supporter creator code SIRS inside of the Fortnite item shop. And as for the skin on last video, it was Harley Quinn, and here's a bunch of people that got that right. So this time around, let's go with this skin here. Comment down below the name of it, and I will leave hearts on a bunch of the ones that get that right. Now, hopping on into it here with the first thing I want to show you before we get into one of the bosses, I got to show you an amazing glitch. I want to show you guys how to literally fly across the entire map. So for this, we're going to hop into Battle Lab, and I believe we actually need to go down to match options and set the loot to one shot. Now, specifically what we are looking for, we need one of these cars right here with the chonker wheels, and that's kind of odd. We got 3 yellow ones to spawn. Imagine if all 4 of them were yellow. Like, what are the chances? But we also need to find some crash pads, which should spawn inside of this mode. Okay, change of plans. I think you actually have to have the loot set to high explosives instead. There we go. We found some crash pads. Now, this is where the glitch actually happens. If we go back out to these whiplashes, we're going to grab one of them and position it so that we can get launched across the map. I think like, oh geez, what is happening? Yeah, right about here should be perfect. What we're going to do is make a ramp out of crash pads that's actually sort of like a staircase. So we throw one right there, then another after that, then another a little bit farther forward, the 4th one, and then the 5th one just like that. If we did it correctly, we'll just drive this into the crash pads and it'll launch us. Although I don't think I did it quite right. We still got launched super far, but not as far as we possibly could. We can definitely do it better than that. We didn't even get out of the desert. We need to get across the entire map. All right, let's try this again. This time I'm going to try and space them out more. I think that was the problem. So if we put more distance in between each crash pad, like make sure each one is at the very edge of the next, I think this should actually help quite a bit. So back up and then just drive forward into them, and there we go. Okay, that definitely made us go a lot faster. Oh my gosh. Yes, let's go. Okay, that was definitely better than the previous one, although we still didn't go all the way across the map. I wonder if there is a way to do it better. We might have to try that again later. Next up after that, let's jump into it here with one of the 3 brand new bosses that is going to show up on the map soon. And the first of which here is an interesting one from the Spider-Man universe. In fact, like all of these are from the Spider-Man universe, but the character Mary Jane. Now, if you don't know who that character is, she is the main love interest of Spider-Man within the comics and the movies. So she's not a superhero or anything like that, so she won't have any special abilities. However, one of the things mentioned by Hypex is that she will have the ability to sell an infinite web shooter for 400 gold. As you guys know, the regular one only has 80, which honestly is enough, but an infinite one would definitely be really cool, especially if you can stash it inside of tents, which I would assume you'd be able to. Now, another thing that points towards this NPC is that back during Winterfest, some of the code names for the presents, before they were actually given like their correct colors, they had a name tag on them that said they were from MJ, which obviously are this character's initials. So it looks like for sure we're going to be getting this boss. Okay, I think I figured it out. Oh my gosh, I went under the map. Bro, where am I? What? I literally went under the map. What is happening? That was crazy. Okay, let me show you like the secret recipe I just found here to absolutely launch the car as far as possible. So first things first I did is just create a big platform so we have like a runway without any other obstacles in the center. Then I grabbed the whiplash and drove it up to right around here. Built a little platform like this just so I can throw the crash pads in front. And this was pretty much the same thing. Throw them so each individual one is at the end of the next. So like right about there, that should be perfect. And then instead of just driving right into it, we're going to back up and then drive and boost as fast as we can so we launch into those crash pads and get all of the speed from the boost to fully get flung across the map. Oh my goodness, I'm going so fast. Oh no, I'm going to land right in the... I did a cartwheel and we made it all the way across to the other ocean. Honestly, if I got even more speed, we maybe could have gone even further, but I think that counts. We literally made it from one side of the map to the other ocean. That is incredible. Now moving on to the second of the 3 bosses. This one is the most likely to actually be a boss that you can fight, or that is naturally going to fight you, because it's actually a villain from the Spider-Man universe, and there are definitely a lot of villains that this could have possibly been. But let's just jump into the details. And the likely character that it'll be is the Green Goblin. Now, if you don't know who the Green Goblin is, he is obviously a villain from the Spider-Man universe, one of the first villains, I believe, but he has some really unique abilities. One of them is that he uses a goblin glider, which would literally be perfect to add into Fortnite as an item that we can unlock. And in fact, the Foundation's glider, you ride on it very similar to how the Green Goblin rides his glider in the movies and such. So that in and of itself seems to be a little hint towards that. But on top of that, there's other abilities he has, such as throwing pumpkin bombs, ghost bombs, and those by themselves would be so cool to add as like items that we can actually use in Fortnite. And I would expect that they add these in one of the next updates, so we can actually throw like pumpkin bombs that deal damage to other players. So with that being said, it's very likely that this boss shows up at the Daily Bugle and possibly flies around on his glider, throwing out these pumpkin bombs to deal damage to players, and you have to fight him in the air. That would literally be one of the coolest bosses ever, and it looks super likely, especially since Fortnite at one time had said Spider-Man's friends and enemies are coming to the game, and we haven't seen a Spider-Man enemy yet this season, so I'm really intrigued what that means. Now, before we talk about the third and final boss, which is Spider-Man, there's actually a glitch with the Spider-Man Mythic that I want to show you guys. Now, I'm thinking the best spot to probably do this is just go to the Daily Bugle, and yes, we've got other players coming here too, so I'm going to go down to this area and grab this same web shooter. That's like my favorite one to get. Now, next up, we want to grab some items that another player would like to probably have for themselves. Ooh, is that a shield potion right over there? Don't mind if I do. These will literally be perfect. All right, so I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to need to build out like this and then drop these items onto the ground and then use our web shooter to jump and pick them up at the same time. And as you can see, once we do that, they will float in the air. Oh, wait, what? That's not how that's supposed to work. Why are they falling again? Oh, no. No. This isn't according to plan. The items are supposed to stay floating in the air. I'll try and grab this shield too. Why isn't it letting me? Wait, no way. It actually glitched out this shield as well. You can't pick it up. Wait, what? I can pick up the shield potion from up here? Will that actually work? No. Okay, I'm pressing it. It's not doing anything. So like, let's try this again. I put a bunch of items over on that ledge, and if I swing over to them and grab them again when I'm in midair, I can actually get them to float way up in the sky. Okay, now I'm kind of curious though. Can we get anybody to actually go for those items? Oh, come on, Peely, right over here. Yes, he's looking. Come on. Spot the items. You have to. They have to see the items right up in the air. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. Grab the crown and float it in the air. Let's go. The crown is literally floating. No way. Can we get it to go even higher up? Yes, let's go. There it is. It's literally floating right up in the air. Somebody's got to build up to that if they want to actually get it. Wait a second. Did somebody grab it? How did they grab it? Oh my gosh, this is way tougher to actually get somebody to grab this stuff than I thought. So yeah, like right here, I got the crown to float and it fell. You've got to be joking. Why does it fall? So it fell down and then disappeared. Dang it. All right, we might have to try that trap again another time. And then, guys, talking about the third and final boss, this is the one that I think is going to be Spider-Man. Now, so far, it is kind of up in the air who this boss could be, but I mean, how have we not had Spider-Man on the map yet? We literally have an entire location themed around him, the Daily Bugle, and Spider-Man is nowhere to be found? That just doesn't make any sense. I think they're waiting to add one of these villains like we talked about, the Green Goblin, and as soon as he shows up on the map, we're going to see Spider-Man show up on the map as well in order to like technically fight against him. Now with that being said, again, he's got to show up at the Daily Bugle. That's the only place that would make sense. And then as for the items that he could give us, I mean, it would probably be that he also sells the infinite web slingers, considering that they're literally his item. But on top of that, he could probably help heal the player or give them some other special item. There's even the possibility that this could be a different multiverse Spider-Man. We talked about Miles Morales in one of my recent videos. It could be him, or it could be any of the other styles that we saw inside of the Battle Pass. In fact, we may actually have to talk about that more in a separate video. Now, as for other possible stuff to do with Spider-Man, like could he possibly have a brand new mythic? I doubt it. I honestly don't know what another Spider-Man mythic would be, unless it was something that gave you like Spidey senses, where you could sense other players. And I guess that could make sense. They just recently added the flare gun into the game, so something similar to that ability actually could work. But other than that, we're not 100% sure quite yet. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more fun videos coming out soon. You can also check out some of my previous videos on the screen right now, such as going over a brand new tank vehicle. But again, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.